Honorable Principal Dr. Pandey sir, respected professors and friends. Thank you for inviting me here today at Dr. D.Y. Patil College. It's an honor to be here. First of all, this will be more of an interactive session and not a one-way lecture. So we'll be talking on various topics related to user experience design, career opportunities, industry trends and so on. But before I start talking about various topics, I wanted to ask you one question. Did you ever notice how many products and services do you use in a typical day from morning till night? For example, toothbrush, bucket, kitchen, AC, laptop, fan, cooking gas, fridge, shoes, clock, elevator, bike, car, public transportation, bank, ATM, restaurant, coffee shop, and so on. We use so many products and services in our typical day. And every product and service has a specific user experience attached to it. Whether it's a good or bad, it varies. That's why user experience designer can influence every aspect of human life. Have you ever noticed that some websites are good to use and some are not? Some ATM machines work well as compared to others. Sometimes the doors, the push-pull doors are confusing. Sometimes the hot water and cold water taps are confusing in a hotel. It's all about user experience. So what is user experience design? User experience is user's interaction with the product or service. And user experience design is a user-centric approach to define this interaction. It's a process to solve the problem. It's a process where user is involved in each step of the design. It's a process to understand users' pain points, needs, wish list, stakeholders' business goals, and to address them by design solutions. I'm really fortunate to have interacted with more than 400 users and 200 stakeholders from 12 countries. I really enjoyed it and learned a lot from it. In the 90s, the term user experience design was formally coined in a conference. The thought was that designers need to go out of their design studios and understand the needs and pain points of the end user before really designing anything. This human-centric approach was already existing in the industrial design and in the manufacturing world, but it was formally coined. Design thinking is more of a strategic process, and UX design is an actionable, detailed side of the same coin. It's also called as a human-computer interaction, user-centered design. There are 6 main phases of the design thinking process: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test, and implement. So what is meant by empathize? It means that you really need to empathize with the end users, need to understand their day-to-day life, their pain points, goals, needs, and wish list. For example, as a part of the research project, we interviewed a lot of farmers, truck drivers, to understand their pain points and needs and to design some solution for them. And there are many ways to empathize with the user. There are many models as well. For example, one model is master apprentice model. What does that mean? Is You put user in the place of master and you become a student. So you try to understand from the users, make him teacher and you become a student. And also you need to develop rapport with them. They can't really talk to any layman and provide feedback. For example, one of our team member was conducting user research in Gujarat, and a few farmers were playing cards there near farm. So initially they were not ready to talk. So one of our team member actually played cards with them for 15-20 minutes so that they could open up, and after that they started talking and sharing their problems. So empathize means understand user and try to build rapport with user, understand their day-to-day life, and then define the problem. The next phase, define, means what is the problem statement, what are the needs, what exactly we are going to solve here. Ideate means generate various ideas, crazy ideas to solve that problem. It's more of a conceptualization stage. Prototype means have those ideas in some kind of form of paper prototype or digital prototype, some kind of tangible output. Test means evaluate those prototypes with the users, show those designs to the user and get their feedback. And then implementation means once you get the feedback and once you iterate your prototype, once you incorporate users' feedback, then you can implement it. UX is not just design artifact or a screen or a device. UX starts from the moment when user thinks about buying a product or service till user uses it, spanning all the customer touchpoints. Why user experience is important? What are the benefits of it? User experience design can solve many problems for the end users and industries. It improves users' day-to-day life. It helps companies achieve their business goals. It improves users' efficiency, satisfaction, happiness. It reduces training cost and customer care support costs for the companies. It increases number of visitors on a website. It saves a lot of rework and redesign due to early stage exploration and visualization. It helps companies stay competitive in the global market. Now, where user experience is required? It is required for every product and service companies. Whether it's a software, hardware, digital, non-digital, every sector requires user experience design. It's a banking, insurance, hospital, manufacturing, automobile, every sector, wherever they are offering any product or service to the end user, they need to have a user experience thought process behind it. In the Western world, they design user experience for toothbrush as well. So they go to the context. What is the context? The bathroom. And they observe how people use toothbrush. And then they propose multiple designs to evaluate. Even the toys has some specific user experience considering kids as end users. Design thinking has been also used to define citizen-centric policies. Today, world's most successful companies are design-driven companies. Now, I would like to share 3 interesting stories with you. In 2007, as a part of a research project, we try to understand what problems semi-literate and illiterate users face while using mobile phones, especially the phone book. So we conducted a lot of user research in the semi-urban and rural part of area and spoke with a lot of people, observed their day-to-day life, how they store contact numbers. We saw their diaries and the patterns they have for storing the contact numbers. And we found that those users who were less literates were more comfortable with shapes, icons, images, and pictures to store the contact numbers. For example, one person had stored his friend's contact number by tagging an image of Lord Shiva to it. Why? Because his friend used to stay in a town which was famous for the Shiva temple. So that's why he had that association of Shiva image to his phone number. The other person had stored his friend's phone number by tagging a star icon to it. Why? Because he said his friends stay far away from him and twinkles once in a while like a star. So we found those interesting patterns. Later our team designed a mobile phone book which would let less literate or illiterate user store 81 contact numbers using a combination of 9 colors and 9 icons. And those icons were related to their day-to-day life. For example, tree, flower, house. And we found that users' speed of storing a contact number was double than earlier when they had a visual phone book having a combination of color and icon. Second story is about an app which completely revolutionized banking system of Africa. In 2005-2006, only 25% Kenyans were having access to the basic banking system. Typically, the breadwinner used to commute far from the village to work, and they used to travel back to hand over money to their families because there was no banking system available. And they used to use very basic mobile phones. So those basic phones were having only calling and texting facilities. Then one organization conducted in-depth user research to understand their current ecosystem and problems. Then they came up with an idea of M-Pesa mobile app. Basically, this app enabled people to transfer money by sending just SMS. So there were local agents deployed near their residential areas as well as near their work area. And those agents used to collect and distribute cash based on the SMS confirmation. So a breadwinner would give money to the agent near him, and then that agent would send SMS to the other agent who is closer to the residential area of the person. And once he used to get SMS, he used to hand over money to his family. The idea was that to transfer money without user having to commute to home just by simple SMS. And this contextual low-cost innovation drastically changed the economy of the region. Today, 30 million M-Pesa users across 10 countries, 6 billion annual transactions, and 70% Kenyans have banking access today. Just one app without any modern feature revolutionized the economy of the entire Africa. This is the power of design. Third story is about an e-commerce company, and this story is called as a $300 million button story in the design world. So an e-commerce company had a login page where there was an email ID field, password field, login button, register button, and forgot password link. So initially it looks a normal login page, right? The problem was this login screen used to appear after clicking on checkout button and after adding all the products in the cart of the e-commerce website, forcing user to log in or register before really making any payment and buying the products. So users were not happy. There were so many complaints and users used to leave that website because they were either forced to log in, so they had to remember the login ID password, or they were forced to register, so they have to open the account after clicking on checkout button. So one company did in-depth user research and tried to understand what is the problem and how you can solve it. Those designers just renamed the register button to continue and added a message below it that you don't need to create an account, but if you want, there is a link given, but you can still buy a product as a guest. And this just change of one button from register to continue and letting people buy products as a guest resulted in additional $300 million revenue in that particular 1 year. So just one button change which enabled user to purchase product on an e-commerce website as a guest, generated $300 million extra revenue for that 1 year. That's the power of design. You must be thinking that what are the career opportunities you have after you learn UX design in the college, right? What are the opportunities in industry where you can work, where you can contribute? Today, out of 7 billion population on the earth, 34% people use internet, 87% people use mobile phones. There are 1 billion websites, 2 billion email users, 2 billion computers, 5 billion mobile phones, 4 million mobile applications, and this technological revolution is rapidly occupying every aspect of human life. We are on the verge of fourth industrial revolution. Technologies such as AI, AR, VR, 3D printing, blockchain, robotics are going to revolutionize the way product and services are designed. There is a robot bird designed to understand the patterns of the birds. There is a robot fish has been designed to understand the water ecosystem. There is a robot artist who creates realistic sketches. A robot lawyer has got license to practice. There are robot doctors. There is a robot cook who works in a kitchen. There are hundreds of thousands of robot factory workers. There is a robot music composer who composes original music. Sophia is the first robot who got citizenship of a country. Blockchain is going to revolutionize banking system as well as other sectors. 3D printing can print an affordable house in one day. Virtual reality based simulation is playing a key role in education and healthcare sector. So massive and advanced technology at one hand and common people with their limited ability at other hand. And hence UX design or human computer interaction can bridge the gap between this modern technology and common people. In Indian context, many organizations and industries are getting digitalized in order to solve grassroots problems. Digital innovation is helping farmers, hospitals, small villages, gram panchayats, self-help groups have started using technology to make their work efficient and to solve the problems. So UX designers are going to play a very crucial role in this grassroots innovation because there is a socio-economic cultural context to it. You need to understand the local culture, economy, language in order to design better solutions for them. And hence there are a lot of UX design career opportunities in the domestic market. UX design is needed for all the product and service companies. In last 2-3 decades, a lot of IT and software companies started in India, serving global Fortune 500 companies. Such software needed to be user-friendly, which triggered a need of UX designers, resulting in a lot of UX design career opportunities in India. And those softwares are influencing all the sectors of industry, healthcare, insurance, banking, automobile. So definitely Indian UX designers have a lot of career opportunities in India, and we can design solutions for global companies as well as local market. Now there are some misunderstandings about UX design. First of all, UI is not UX. There is a term UI/UX has been commonly used, but UI is not UX. UI design is a small part of an end-to-end UX design cycle. It is like interior furniture is part of home. User experience design is more human and soft skill than the technical one. You need an ability to understand users' day-to-day life, their needs, pain points, wish list in order to design user-friendly solution. You need an ability to understand business goals, requirements, and the entire business ecosystem of your client in order to help them achieve their business goal through design. The design tools which are in the market are the medium to depict your solution. But broadly, UX designer's job is to understand user, understand business and solve the problem. Design tools are important, but they are the medium to depict your solution. There are many roles available for design students in the market. For example, user researchers, UX strategists, UX designers, visual designers, UI developers. So there is a tremendous career opportunity for all of you in next 20-30 years. UX designers having an empathy for the end users, having a business acumen, and having passion to solve the problems through designs have great career opportunities in next 20-30 years. So I wish all of you an innovative and successful UX design career ahead. Wish you all the best. Thank you, sir, for inviting me. Really honored to be here. Thank you so much.